afternoon. I want to do a reading on these volcanoes. Now, Tonga, the underwater volcano that's now above, has erupted again. Okay. There is also, by the Hawaiian Islands, and I haven't heard about this for quite some time, there is an underwater volcano that has been growing. So this is what I was saying the other day. It's not just a single volcano. These things are connected. So let's read on these underwater volcanoes. What is going to be happening with these underwater volcanoes? What's going to be happening with these underwater volcanoes? Because that just now popped in. When I was talking about the Tonga had another eruption, it just flashed in that there is that one that's, by the Hawaiian Islands that has been erupting and has been, elevating. So Tonga is not the only place that has an underwater volcano. So let's look at the volcanoes underwater in general, what's going to be happening with them. Okay. So this is a strong action. A strong action is what we're looking at, the strength of action with these. The challenge is these new opportunities, new things coming up with them. Okay. Let me pull the next cards. I want to get to what's at the center of it real quick. Okay, so at the center of it, we have Ten of Cups. Can represent family units, but also it's the Ten of Cups, a lot of water. Could be affecting people because with it, we have the energy surrounding it, karmic. These things are moving. Okay, and so it's not something that men can take action of. This is something that is in motion. Okay, conscious thoughts are people have to move away from some of these areas. You have to think about, if you are in a place and you have these volcanic activity and it's really amping up, be prepared to leave. Be prepared to get out of the area. Okay? Because the way it sees itself, the way that this is seeing itself, stinky fish. Okay, stinky fish, it's water, it's stinky fish, it's all of these things coming forward. Okay? There will be more of these types of activities. Okay, this kind of gets everybody tied up. Things are tied up when it comes to that. Again, it's not something that one can micromanage. Okay, this is not something we are at the whims of these volcanoes. Okay, between us and the volcano, guess who's going to win? The volcano. So our thing is, this is tying people up in their mind about it, and the thing is not to be in fear mode, but be realistic about where you're living and these things that are happening. Because hopes and fears, a lot of water. More of this is going to be happening. Okay? Fear is more of this type of thing is going to be taking place. Short term, a lot of destruction, okay? A lot of destruction for buildings, properties, yeah. And long term, this is new information coming out, and we have to be smart underneath of it all. This is a new path. New path. This isn't going anywhere. It's, excuse me, it's, people are kind of hung up. This is going to be here for a while, these types of things. We're going into a new thing. So we need to investigate as to what's happened. We need to look at the balance, and we need to face hard facts. Hard facts, okay? Shedding light on it, because these things can cause destruction, okay? There will be some deaths with this type of things. And again, this is an abuse of power, usually the card for abuse of power. In other words, this is not something we can control, okay? We need to rest in the fact that if you need to get out of an area, then get out of the area. Be ready to leave, okay? Get to higher ground. If something like this is happening, definitely get to higher ground. And more of this type of thing is going to continue. Like I said, these volcanic things are linked. They are linked in a system. And that magma starts going. Pressure builds up. And especially if these volcanoes, underwater volcanoes, break the surface, then you're going to have huge explosions. So it's not only with the original eruption, and it can cause a tsunami. We also have the ash, okay, the ash. And the ash and the gases from that also can be quite devastating. So there's a lot of earth changes that are happening. This is not to put fear, panic mode into people, but if you are living in an area, you know, and be aware, especially Hawaiian Islands as well, because there is a volcano that's not far from the Hawaiian Islands that has been growing for quite some time, okay? And if that comes up enough to break surface, and especially be watchful now that we're having these other volcanoes, because like I said, they are linked. These things are linked. So let's look and see, what about the ash? What about the ash and the gas? Okay. Okay. We have the king. And we have losses, okay? This is about these things. Again, it's not something that we can mitigate. It's going to cause a loss for people. It's going to cause difficulties. Conscious thoughts. This is something new that's taking place that we have to be mindful of. We have to look towards the future, what kind of actions we're taking, because these are new actions that are coming. When you have the volcano, you have the gases, you have the ash, okay? So that's happening. In the center of it all, these things are coming up rapidly now. Okay, these things are coming in rapidly. And we have to be looking long term. What are we going to do long term with this type of stuff? In the past, some of these actions have happened. New actions have taken place. Hopes and fears are that we can find a way to deal with it, that we can get to a little better place with it. Okay, there's going to be more of an abundance of this type of thing for a while, short term, especially with the, gases and the ashes. That's going to be, pretty heavy for a term. And so long term, we have to look at the way we can be supportive of each other. Okay. We need to have a victory because there will be deaths. We want to put an end to this stuff, but there's really no easy way. Kind of out in the cold, so our comfort has to be, looking towards future, that we are eternal beings, okay? Because more of this strife is going to come up, and we have to find a way to work on it, deal with it, okay? So in this case, what it's saying is we have to do the best that we can do. This is not going away anytime soon. When these things are erupting and we have this, the gases and the ashes, and those ashes and stuff can go for long. I mean, it takes it for thousands of miles. These ashes can go. So it's not affecting just the people there, but definitely the people in that closest area really need to be careful. But this is something that is going to be, it's kind of worldwide. Those ashes really can go on the winds for quite some distance. So this is something that we need to be mindful of. We need to start looking into it, the ways that we can protect ourselves for long term, because more of this type of thing is going to be happening. I cannot say this is really an isolated incident, because I know there is that underwater volcano that has been growing. It's been erupting under the water for some time, and that volcano, the more it erupts, okay, the closer it's coming to the surface. And so it's only a matter of time before that breaks surface and we have another eruption like was in Tonga, okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Much love and light. Again, this is not to create fear and panic. It's to say, be prepared. Do the best that we can do and understand that these types of things are going to be happening, okay? So we need to be smart in what we're doing. Don't be with an ostrich in your head in the sand. No, I don't want to. No, we need to be smart and look and see what we can do, okay? So much love and light, and we'll see you online.